Welcome,
we
folks.
deal with a lull in the hobby.
Yeah, that is true. Welcome, folks. Good evening, all. Good morning. Good day. Struth, what's going on, mate? Hey, what's up? How are you all? Welcome to Multiplayer Syndrome, episode 81, Surviving the Lull. That's right. I'm glad we discussed that beforehand, because as we came on, everyone asked, what are we talking about today? That's how you survive a lull. Oh, dear. But
you don't even go in the lull.
No, this is a 40k podcast. There's just the three of us, hopefully a fourth at some point.
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't look like it. Someone's having technical issues, so we are without Radio Mike and Anthony tonight.
And not safe for work.
And not safe for work, Mark. So it is just the three amigos. Oh, we should talk about this. Yeah. Damn it! Yeah. But welcome, everyone. We do have safe for work, Mark.
Hey, everybody.
And we do have Adam.
Good evening, everyone. Or good morning, or good afternoon, or good day to you. Or good night.
Thanks, Truman Show. Yeah. And of course, I am Greg. How are you both?
I am fantastic.
I'm alive. I'm here. It's great.
Look, listen to your shirt, mate. Cheer up.
I said it's great.
There we go. Excellent.
Doesn't get much cheerier than that.
No, you're right. My doubts were unfounded. Yep. What's going on? Oh, we're going to talk about stuff. So it's very late in the month. We had a lot of issues going on, and people who regularly channel viewers of the Red Belly Twitch stream, sorry, the last study of my stuff is taking up a lot of time, so I've been inconsistent with trying to get online. But we're here tonight. Not on a Monday, not on the second week of the month, but on the last Thursday of the month, where we have another podcast recording in 2 weeks' time.
Good old calendar conflicts.
Oh my gosh, it's just fun. But tonight we are going to talk about the lull in the hobby and how do we survive it. What does that mean? Glad you asked, because Adam's going to explain it.
What? I am in the lull.
There we go. So that was well done. But
we should probably do
our regular stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. We always start off with new releases that have happened since the last episode. And Radio Mike, take it away for us. Well, shit.
He's not here.
He's not here.
So I guess we'll make do.
Yeah.
So from what I've seen, from the gigantic list that Radio Mike has sent us since...
Just focus on 40k, because it was a big list.
Yeah, it was a huge list.
Yeah, there's like all the kill team stuff came. Literally all of it.
Yeah.
There was some Horus Heresy blast markers and stuff. Red Gobbo diorama. You had...
so that comes out every Christmas. The new Red Gobbo. This one's a bit bigger than the last one, with a snowman and a bomb and stuff. It's a pretty cool mini. I don't know if it's $74 cool, but it's a pretty cool mini.
But he's always around $74, $75.
I know.
You had a whole bunch of Battle Force boxes. So
pre-order only. The Battle Force
pre-order
boxes
only, are they?
Pre-order?
Okay.
No, they're pre-order.
Yeah. Pre-order.
Oh, okay. In that case, we don't talk about them.
No.
We got Flesh Eater. These battle things go on forever. It's got some Shutterblight cyst thing from Nurgle.
That's warbands.
Warbands. So,
otherwise, that's pretty thin on the ground for actual 40k stuff.
Yeah, it ties in well with the lull that we're talking about tonight. There hasn't been really much in the way of releases. There was a preview just recently on the weekend, and some exciting stuff coming. There's Battle Force boxes coming, but generally, yeah.
And I mean, the reveals for Death Corps of Krieg and the new Eldar models looked pretty schmick.
Yeah, they do, but they're all 2025.
Yeah.
The codexes are 2025. So we still have the 2 month, 3 month wait since the Blood Angels codex was last month?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Nice of them to wait until after Christmas to punch our wallets.
It's true.
When no one's got money.
Yes, that is right. So yeah, in the end, not much excitement for the 40k pre-order, not pre-order release, because it's all stuff that was already available. Apart from
Yeah,
the
it's like they're trying to get Old World and Age of Sigma and everything like that.
Well,
yeah, they do go in phases, but you know,
I mean, near as I can tell, they've been focusing on Kill Team. I mean, there's like
Yes.
every starter set in the face of the earth and data cards and you name it.
yeah.
So
it's a new
it just seems like 40k is like, yeah, they're good for now.
But look, the pre-orders do look exciting. Battle Force. I'm actually more excited about the AOS stuff, so I will slap myself later on off camera for that.
Well, there's apparently a halfling diorama or something, and
that's the
and some cities of
Guys
Sigma
cooking.
Battle Force, and there's a bunch of stuff. So yeah, everyone seems to get Christmas presents except 40k.
yeah. That's all right. Sorry, I was just trying to type something and it didn't work. I'm wondering why, because I didn't use the right words.
Yes, that will definitely do that.
It still didn't work anyway. So excellent.
So yeah,
Technology is fun. All right, so we talked about that. That's all we got. We're not as lively as Radio Mike, and he gets passionate, but he also gets distracted by all the shiny. We're trying to focus.
yeah, because he'll delve into Necromunda and all the rest.
Yeah. Okay, so now that's turned on. Oh,
So-
technical. There we go.
Do we have
Yay.
any?
All right.
Do we have any hobby progress?
Do we? Hobby progress. Adam? No.
No,
Me?
Oh.
No. Oh,
I've got half a Tyranid painted,
which half?
his arms. So it's not an even
Not even half.
it's not even half.
I mean, I've got primer on 3 of my models, but I did that last year.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yep.
I need to paint something.
You
It is
do.
progress though. You've identified them.
So what we do, there one person who has been busy is Radio Mike, and he's been painting some old Space Marine models, as in the old armor, plus some with kilts. I just saw it popped up. That's the one with kilts, as opposed to showing the armor through the ages stuff. So he has been busy. He's not here to talk about it though. So
Have you got the picture that he did of the Thunder Warrior?
Yeah. Oh no, not the Thunder Warrior. I missed that one.
Mitsubishi. He painted a Thunder Warrior up,
Yeah.
and it looks awesome.
Yeah, I remember. So there's all the ones he has been working on. Oh no, they're all So he has been working on stuff. That's it. I don't think even Anthony's got anything to show off. If he was here, he
yeah,
did.
there we go.
He had the War Squad.
The Thunder Warrior did make it into the
Yeah, he
slideshow.
did. Yeah. So Anthony would be telling us all about the stuff he's painted, but he's not here either. So
He's been painting war bands and stuff like that, I have seen.
yeah.
And now he's fixing his computer.
And how he's trying to fix his computer. Yes. Yes. By the way, if you are watching this, this stupid thing on my face, the hairy part, not the glasses and stuff, it is Movember. So we are raising money for men's health, and that is why I'm wearing a silly moustache. If you do want to participate, and you're able to, feel free to donate to the link on the screen or through Twitch directly. I did have a target set, and it doesn't reflect what it says on Twitch, but we have actually smashed that target, so very generous people out there, so thank you very much. A lot of fun. I'm waiting for the 1st of December to shave it off. So it's going to be great. Meeting all these new people for work. First point of the conversation is, it comes off next month. It comes off next month. But there you go.
And then, like, mid of next month, it goes, it may not come off next month.
Yeah, and then it'll just be the full beard. Is that I made a mistake. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to battle reports.
Yeah, we have one.
I know, but I just realised, no, we can go to one. We've got a battle report. It is not me.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's me and Anto.
Because it's not me.
I think we tagged it. Who is the reddest of the red of the red? It did look good at the start,
So
But
just to remind people who's
so
playing, what?
sorry, it was Anto's Blood Angels versus my World Eaters.
It's the new Codex Blood
Um,
Angels.
Yes, and he was very excited, and they hit hard, and they have stupid rules where everything fight first. Stupid rules, let's just say that. Stupid rules. I probably would have gone all right if that stupid rule wasn't around, which was fight first. Because he just annihilated me just in the lead, whereas I would have probably survived a little bit better. But I think at the end of turn 2, it was like I was looking at the table going, I'm not going to win. There is no chance am I going to win. It's I have no chance. He totally annihilated me.
The fact that he took down your Skull of Thrones, what is it called? Throne of Skulls?
Lord of Skulls.
Within seconds. I said, oh.
Yes. And that's quarter of my army gone straight away.
Finally, the shoe is on the other foot.
But the Exalted 8-bound did hang around for a while, and they did their job, and they annihilated all his tanks. But just the fight first characters, it's just, don't get wrong, it's a fantastic army to play against, but it's just like, this one's fight first. Stupid rule. Next one is cover.
Oh, you love cover. We'll have an episode about all the stupid rules. The hate rules.
Cover is life.
Cover is life. That's exactly right. So what was the end? What was the result?
Anto won by a massive victory. I don't have the score on me in front of me.
He was so mad he tore up the score sheet.
Yeah, apparently so. Oh my God.
I think I only had 20 points or something like that. Let me try and find it.
Nobody's updated the ladder.
So it didn't happen. I won.
I won. It was 100-0.
Look, it was a very close battle.
It was well fought, but we were the bravest in the hands.
It was Anthony on 59, me on 27. So it wasn't a massive, it wasn't double. Actually, yes, it was double. But it was a fun game. I think at the end of turn 4, we started talking through it because it was just, nowhere near it.
Yep. You ran out of people on the field.
Yeah. I seriously ran out of people.
Yeah, so folks, if you haven't played against the Blood Angels new codex, it can be brutal.
Yes.
Because it didn't really have elite troops either. It was just a lot of the characters hurt. That was
and the Marines and the usual kind of.
And then the thing is, if the character was leading a troop, they also got fight first as well. So it was just like, haha, I'm going to charge in, and World Eaters just do the shock and awe right at the start. And he goes, that's all right, I fight first, and I've taken out half your unit. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was
that sounds like Anto, all right.
Look, if it keeps him involved in the hobby, it's good.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was good.
Yeah, we're interested to see if he will try some of the other detachments. I haven't seen the codex in detail, so I don't know. But it'd be good. It does mean he's got a very significant lead going into the last month of the ladder tournament. So I need to play, play and win 3 matches to try and catch him. So what are you guys doing?
Am I even in contention for the wooden spoon this year?
No, you need to fit in 2 games. All right, I need 2 wins. What to play? I am playing a game next week because it's a week that I don't have to study and stuff like that, and I will be taking on Chris's Iron Hands. Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah.
Yep.
And as voted by Twitch viewers, I will be taking my big stompy boys, the Chaos Knights.
And
so
you still need some nuggles.
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah. So I won't get a win there either. So, but it'll be fun. I've taken out my Tyrant Tyrant yet, so that was the last one I painted. So hopefully it's not first battle. Oh my god! I'm moving on. We're going to our short break, so I know how to use the words that make me for the smarts. I haven't touched it.
Yeah, it's in there.
Maybe Anthony did his watching, and then he's gone, I better go quickly put it in there then. No, I don't see it. Oh, someone's playing with it, so yeah, there you go. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the lovely small break just to give us a breather and work out why my brain failed.
That is completely unpaid.
It's completely unpaid unless you go and buy stuff. Yeah. Wait a minute, says Joker. Yes, it's not Monday. It's not the second Monday of the month, but we're here and we're talking and you love it. G'day. Oh, you're saying, wait a minute, I'm actually online? That's true too. But we're going to move on from that. We're going to talk about the lull and the hobby. And as Adam eloquently described what that was. Huh? What?
And I'm in it at the moment.
Yeah, so we're talking about the lull where it could be either, at the moment, Games Workshop has not really done much in the way of releases for 40k items. New 40k since the Blood Angels, and nothing's coming out new codex-wise or miniatures until 2025. Or we're talking about where you haven't hobbied for a while for whatever reason that might be. And if there's anyone who knows how to not hobby for an extended time, it's Mark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2-year-old will do that.
So, I think everyone's gone through a burnout sometime. Hey, it's Buddy Minis. G'day, mate. Where would you like to start? Let's start with the Games Workshop and how they're treating us at the moment. With these teasing of all this shiny stuff that Emperor's Children's coming. Look at the glorious Death Krieg models that are coming. Look at those amazing Eldari figures that are coming. That we're going to wait for at least 8, maybe longer weeks. And unless you're a Blood Angel, minimum.
I'm kind of okay with it, to be honest, because, I mean, over the last few years, we've had breakneck releases. Like, it has just been kit after kit, after codex, after edition of 40k, all of that stuff for forever.
Yeah.
And it's almost been refreshing to not have, to be able to get through my pile of shame a bit. It's...
So you think having that breather is actually good? You just go, I can just focus on...
Yeah, you can focus on what you've already got rather than be constantly feeding your plastic crack pile. The thing is that it is one of those things where it's a relief for a certain point, and then after a while you're like, man, they haven't updated those Imperial Guard models for how many decades now? Chop chop.
Sorry, something popped up. Yeah, go on. So yeah. Just a side note, if you see something flying around, because of the heat, we're getting bugs everywhere, and something just flew and dropped in front of me. So I'm getting a little distracted being attacked. So it's awesome. That's how I fill my lull.
With the sheer terror of a bug invasion.
I don't even know what dropped, and I'm hoping it didn't go in my drink. It didn't. But yeah.
Protein.
Yeah, there'll be a scarab somewhere.
Yeah, they are everywhere. So yeah, I guess where you're coming from, you get that break and stuff like that. Don't take this the wrong way. You're not the most avid hobbyist out of us.
Well, not these days.
Yeah, and because life choices is why. you did it yourself.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I mean, some of it's self-inflicted, of course, but Sooner or later, the boy will grow up to the point where I can actually paint something and not have him come and throw paint pots all over the house.
Nice.
He's just helping you paint the house.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that I already paid quite a lot of money to have painted.
Yeah, but this is with contrast paints.
Mm.
And Null Oil.
And no. Just side note, Buddy Mini is here. Hasn't hobbied for ages. He's definitely getting into some Empire Knights. Is that the Imperial Knights, or we're talking Old World Empire Knights? I'm not sure. But we did see that pre-order for the Imperial Knight box set, and that does look quite tasty for Imperial Knight players.
I still have my Chaos Knights in the box, so I've got to build.
If they need new homes, I know where they can go.
And see, I guess this is where coming in and having multiple games on the go helps because, yeah, Kill Team, Old World, all of them getting stuff.
Yeah, they do the cycle, and you're right. There was a big push for 40k, and then Age of Sigma had their big release. But even then, they had their big release for the new edition. They've also been quiet.
Mm.
I think Slaves of Darkness is coming out.
Yeah, Slaves of Darkness is coming out, and some of those models do look good.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think, so it's kind of weird. I think my biggest issue with the slowdown of the 40k stuff is 10th edition is how old now?
Who?
10th edition.
Second year?
Yeah,
Second year?
And still half of the armies are still in index form. And then we're going to wait a quarter before we get more codexes.
I don't know. I guess maybe they've decided to slow down because, like, you're getting so many errors in a lot of those codexes. Because, I mean, having a codex be errated, like, not even a week after a release is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So that could also be part of it, is that they want to just try and get it right.
GW, get things right. Slow down and get things right.
I'm
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm inserting logic here and things like that where it clearly doesn't belong, but, you know,
All right.
it hasn't been a good look having codex release after codex release after codex release where, yeah, like 2 days after there's an FAQ and your codex is, you know, because
AdMech players,
codexes aren't cheap anymore.
The AdMech players, the codex is so outdated. There's no point. You're only buying it to get the code so you can use the app.
Yep. Well, that's practically it for all of it now.
Well, it's not so much loving and hating the company. Like,
Yes,
we like the universe and thing they sell. We don't so much like the company very much.
So that's a comment from Buddy Minis, who's in the chat at the moment, saying it's funny how we can hate and love a company at the same time. We don't hate them. We get frustrated at times. I think is better. It's I was going to say
It's like cover.
marriage, but she could probably
Yeah,
hear me.
but hate is a bit strong.
Yeah.
It's like cover. It's a stupid rule.
It's only a rod if you're not involved.
That's it. All right, so we got a big lull of codexes. They've already teased this as what is coming out in the new year. Guard and Eldar look like it to be the first. Then Imperial Knights. What else is there? Something else and something else. I know they didn't interest me except for the Guard because they weren't covering with my books. I was disappointed. Anyway, what do we do if you're waiting? So if you're one of those people who's still playing the index and your codex hasn't even been announced, let alone given a date of when to expect it, what do you do?
Pile of shame.
Pile of shame.
There at my pile of shame and go, yes, I'll get to you in a minute. Actually,
Play some more games.
Yeah, for me,
looking over there,
it's...
I've got my Death Guard, my Chaos Knights, my Jakari. Imperial Guard is coming. Great. Thousand Suns. So I actually have one codex at the moment for Space Marines. That's it. Out of all the armies I have. Yes, I have too many. Shut up. Even the... oh my god. Even the AdMech that is sitting here, they've got a codex which is pointless. So, don't know. It's hard for me. This is talking about me now. It's all about me. At the moment, I'm struggling to get excited about playing because I don't have some rules that could compete against codex armies.
So you're finding that the power balance in the game has gone out of whack because there's only 25% of the codexes.
Yeah, it's hard to get excited. I couldn't tell you the last time I was excited about playing Imperial Guard, and as I said before, it's one of my favourite armies. But with that index, and I play Catachan, so there's the context. I do not like Cadian armies. I never have, never will. But they very much shoved that down my throat. So I lost interest. Maybe we'll get it when the codex comes out. But I already have heard that they're retiring, legendizing Harker and Strachan.
Yeah, but I'm here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, so yeah, Harker and Strachan's the two of the Catachan.
Yeah. They already got rid of Yarrick. Now they're going to get rid of those two. So, fuck. It kills me. But the Krieger coming. That may interest me. So how do I survive that lull of waiting? Tell me. Help me. It's a self-help episode, boys and girls and others.
Well,
I don't know. I like. It seems to me that you need to move on.
But I can't, because then I go, all right, I'll play one of my other armies. As I've just said, I have one army that has a codex.
that's your Salamanders.
That's for Salamanders. Yep.
So what we should do...
play Salamanders.
What we should do is flip it up. We've been discussing it many times that you play one of my armies and I play one of your armies, and I build a list and you build a list, and I have to play your army and you have to play my army.
I'm down with that. And you can play AdMech, and then I can laugh at you.
No, I'm not playing AdMech.
The other thing is that a lull like this does give you sort of the opportunity to do some of those custom scenarios and stuff too, where you can futz with rules and house rule things and stuff like that too. Like the old Starship Troopers battle we did many, many moons ago comes to mind.
Yeah, that's what Anthony had.
Because you're not being overwhelmed with new stuff coming out and a whole massive addition to your painting and building routine, you can, focus on that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was hoping that Anthony didn't have internet issues, because that's exactly what he's done. He's creating a new scenario for us to try.
His scenario is quite good, actually.
Yeah. So
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, Mark, it's just you and I. We got rid of the others finally.
We dedicated few.
We know the real players here,
but I mean that's definitely a thing you can do during the lull, is work on your scenarios and stuff like that. And in a lot of instances, you can let your imagination go wild.
Yeah.
And even to the point where you can even throw out the rule book to a degree. And potentially, do your own balancing even.
Yeah. So start experimenting with the house rules and campaigns. Is anyone?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing? Is that still in the books? The campaign.
Doing the what was it?
The Crusade. Yeah.
Crusade.
Is that still,
was it?
Crusade. Is that still a thing in codexes and books?
I do.
What the building is, Slow Grows and Crusades. Yes, yeah, it's still there.
Okay. Clearly, I've played all of them.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, a lull is the perfect time to be working on that kind of thing.
Folks who are listening, watching, send us a comment on how, when you've got into a lull of the hobby, what did you do? Because the next stage is that if we're in a hobby lull, how do you get out of it? What do you need to inspire you to get back into it? You're talking about generating scenarios and stuff like that. But what if I'm not imaginative and I don't have access to ChatGPT to build one for me? How do you get yourself out of a lull? What are the key things that's going to get you go, right, sod this, I'm painting again?
What about terrain?
You wash your mouth
I,
But see, a lot of people kind of poo-poo terrain a bit, because I mean we all use like Tupperware containers and other stupid stuff when we don't have any, but painting terrain can be one of the because generally it's very different to whatever you're painting your army as, so it's like a refreshing color palette. It doesn't matter if you stuff it up because it only looks better the messier you are and all of that kind of stuff. So it can be a really nice kind of reset from having to paint tiny skulls on the pommel of a sword on some, tiny little guy. And as I said, it can be a complete change of pace in your entire hobby. And I mean, it doesn't even have to be during a lull. You could just be like, ugh, I really don't want to paint my 50th Marine today, or my 10,000th Gaunt or Gant or whatever, and yeah, having that complete change of color palette. If you stuff it up, well, that's just plasma damage on the thing. Oh no, I spilt my acetone on the plastic model. What will I do? Oh yeah, that got melted because of a exterminatus or something. And it really gives you that freedom to sort of go kind of wild with it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be super creative about it for it to just work.
I found the one that you usually do every second year or every year, the 12 Days of Hobby.
Yep, that's coming up.
Usually gets me not wanting, but feel like I've got
encouraging.
Yeah.
So things like Tank Day and some of those other ones where you sort of have somebody else say, right, you go paint this thing.
Yep. So having that external encouragement to try and get you back into doing something helps. So just people are listening. So 12 days of 12 days of hobbying. It is coming up. And you guess what? It starts 12 days before Christmas. I know. It's an uncanny concept. It will never catch on, I hear. But that's how it's working. So join the Discord channel or our Facebook and share what you do. All we're asking, do a little bit of hobbying each day for 12 days straight. You'll make lots of friends by not seeing them. It'd be great. Okay.
No, but that gets me, because as you know, I will do 2,000 points, army,
God.
and then I'll go off in a massive lull.
Yep.
And then I'll hit it again, then I'll go off and on. Whereas this one here, it's just like, right, I'm going to do something half an hour today.
Yeah.
And it just gets me doing something every half an hour. It's like for half an hour to an hour a day. And you see things, you see results.
Yeah. You just reminded me, the last 2 Christmases, I have painted 2,000 points worth of salamanders within like 10 days. I don't have to do that this year. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And you see what I mean by being refreshed by that.
Yeah, I'll have 2,000 points of Skaven to paint instead, I think.
That's not better. That's not better.
There's no timeline. That's not. Yeah, I don't have to do it.
Can you dip them?
I've got a new airbrush I want to try out, but there's a piece missing. So
yeah, I've still got to go through my stuff and see whether or not I've got the piece.
Yeah, it'd be good to know, because if you don't have it, then you definitely should reach out. If you do have it, then maybe somewhere mod's just been lost. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kickstarters, folks. They're sometimes good, sometimes.
And I have to dedicate one of my evenings to a ripper and get some hobby progress going.
Well, you do, because the other part of the time of year is you only have a bit over a month to complete something to enter in the painting competition.
I don't know if I'm going to enter a ripper into a painting comp.
Why not? I wouldn't put it into the large category, but
I mean,
character.
I don't know. Does anyone paint rippers to the Golden Demon standard? Like,
I would love to see one win, though. That would be awesome.
It'd have to be one spectacular paint job.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of ripper.
So, folks, yeah, how have you struggled with the lull of a hobby? It could be, as Mark was saying, a bit more of a monotony of, I'm painting that extra, another ripper or another poxwalker. Oh, my God, I never want to see one of those again. Let us know how you survive that. All right, so we've got a month and a half before we see anything new actual released. I would say Games Workshop's way to survive that is, I'm surprised how early they have shown not one faction of models, but 2 factions of new models. Normally that would be closer to the codex release, but this is still over a month away at the earliest. So would you say they've recognised there's a bit of a lull in the hobby and that's why they've brought that forward?
I think their sales are down. They're trying to get people interested back into it. Whether or not that's the lull, or they kind of go, well, we don't have enough people buying Guard. Let's just start getting people's juices flowing.
Ew.
Acadia.
Fuck Cadia.
But I mean, giving some extra love to other elements of Astra Militarum's probably a really good idea for them, because I mean, you do have a lot of the passionate non-Cadian guys.
Name me one. No. One person who's that. Yeah.
Well, you, for starters. But yeah, and that's always kind of been the thing, is that yeah, they've historically had that variety, and it's one of the things we've lamented since, what, 8th, that has kind of been going away for a lot of factions, and I think it's really visible with the Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
So getting a bit of a tease here and there might appease some people for a little bit.
So we did do an episode, The Big Drip, where they just, dragged out these hints and stuff like that. Does this smell of that, or is it more, I know we're in a lull, please still be interested, look what's happening?
I think that's the second one. We are still doing stuff. We are doing these. We are releasing these. Stay tuned. You know what I mean?
And it does make me wonder if, as I said, there's something behind the scenes that we don't see, where, they've had a setback on their sculpts, or or they've had to shut the factory down for a couple of weeks, or or again, quality control for things like the codexes and stuff, because and it could be it could be all of them all at once, and it just sort of combines to give you these kinds of delays, and they're like, okay, well, we'll throw out some kill team and other random stuff to fill the gap, and get to 40k when we can, and then have a big reveal and get the hype wagon going again. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, well, there has been some stuff for AOS and Old World. Big push on Kill Team. It was a re-release of Kill Team, wasn't it? It's a new version.
another version of Kill Team.
Yeah. I think I got the book from the first version. I don't think it was ever cracked open.
I I've got the first book, and I actually really enjoyed the first edition of it. And then when they started like changing all the stats around so that they weren't lifted from 40k anymore, and all of that kind of stuff, I was like, oh, yeah, this got a bit complicated.
Well, there's an idea. How to survive a lull? Would you explore other platforms, whether it be iOS or, God forbid, non-GW stuff?
I'm sorry, but I don't play PlayStation.
I've had a look, because I did briefly want to get into Infinity because
I've got my grubby hands going for the new Infinity set. Sorry, totally off subject.
I thought their models were really cool, and the fact that I only needed like half a dozen of them after painting like a Tyranid swarm army, that really appealed to me. The problem that I had with that was I started reading their lore books, and Infinity's lore is a bit like reading agricultural reports of Albania or something like that. It's very, very dry. Obviously 40k's got a bit of critical mass there because they've had like 40 years of time to work on it. It just doesn't come across that compelling though. It's more like reading a Wikipedia article than a story that's kind of going through.
Yeah, for me, I don't care.
and that's fine.
Again.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it's playing the game and it's the mechanics of the game and all of that stuff. And I didn't mind the mechanics and stuff when I was walked through a game of Infinity and that.
Yeah.
But I am a lore guy through and through. I'm the guy who will tell you that your Dark Angels are painted wrong or something like that because
that goes down well.
But and that's why like Thunder Warriors and things are cool to me.
Yeah.
And that was the real problem that I had with it, was that it didn't kind of spark off your imagination and sort of get you into the setting as well. But by all means branch out. In a lot of instances, there's a lot of systems out there that just use 3D prints or whatever. They're much cheaper, much cheaper than 40k to get into.
No.
It is a good time for miniatures at the moment.
It is a very good time, and you can see the quality in the GW stuff has just stepped up as well. They've got to compete against those 3D models that can be very easily available.
I better have a look at Raging Heroes.
Oh my god, those models are amazing.
What's this one?
Off subject.
Omicons. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So we're in a lull. I think we all agree with that. For 40k, unless you're a Blood Angel player and just want to take on the world at the moment because you've got a new codex. And we've got some frothing at the mouth Imperial Guard and Eldar players because that preview. I don't think anyone expected the preview to see that.
More Eldar.
And all the entire...
essentially, Rough Riders coming back.
Yeah,
Rough
that
Riders
too.
are still there. Rough Riders are still in the game.
Well, evidently, because they just unveiled a box of them.
They're not Rough Riders. They are Scouts. Different rules.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah. All right, so I'm excited.
Sure,
I'm excited about
different.
the Krieg, but I've still got to wait.
Yes.
Where's this instant gratification? Come on! I live in the now.
Well, there's always bolt action.
That was well received.
I still have some bolt action somewhere in the back of the house. I bought it, and I still remember I bought all these tanks, and the bloke at Gordon or somewhere, wherever it was, looks and goes, you know there's more in the game than just tanks? And I went, yeah, but they're tanks. There's infantry as well. I went, I'm not going to paint little infantry dudes.
and then they'll tell you that you painted them wrong because you didn't use the right
Colour scheme.
Right, yes. Olive drab for 1917 or whatever.
Yeah. I know, yeah, it's stupid.
No offense to the bolt action players out there.
Oh, they're offended. Absolutely.
There's plenty of weird beards in 40k too.
Shut up. Very good. All right. What else? Go on. Tell me a story. It's a very short episode so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lull in episodes.
Yes, it's a very lull.
Go on, viewers. Give us something.
They're all in a conference call.
Yeah. But, all right, so it gives us a chance to catch up on our pile of potential, because we're all happy here. Cheer up, as your shirt says. But what if I'm not inspired? Look, I know I'm being a naysayer here, but I've got a lot to paint. But I'm not inspired at the moment, and I think my studying has not helped that, and not been jumping online to catch up with everyone on Twitch has not helped that. But just going, I need something. I need something to inspire me. Come on, Mark, inspire me.
It almost seems ripe for like a psychic awakening type event type thing, as opposed to like a big codex reveal or something like that.
So you feel
What about a secret level?
Oh well, yes. What about a secret level?
Yes, you could go off and play Space Marine too.
Yeah. So if anyone's not aware of what we're talking about, the secret level, that is that Amazon or Netflix?
Prime. Amazon.
So it's an Amazon series that is making a series of a whole lot of games into short stories, and one of them will actually be the 40k universe. So the teaser is out now if you wanted to check it out. Looks nice. It's exciting. Does it inspire? Actually, those sort of things do inspire me. So, oh my god, this is exciting! Unless you played Fire Warrior, and then no.
I don't know. I mean, Fire Warrior had a moment or two in it. It's pretty good.
It was a great cover. The cover was great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to defend it as some kind of paragon of computer gaming excellence, but I got to admit, when I did have a quick go of it, the first time a Marine kind of busted through and chopped me in half, that was kind of cool.
So if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm putting it into chat now so you can go and see that. Yeah, it does look very nice. It is the wrong coloured Space Marine, so I will change the colour settings on my screen when I watch it.
Does it start with my Lord Kolgar?
Well, it'll be red 0, green 200.
Yeah, exactly right.
Blue 0.
I've got to make it realistic. So... All right, so you can be inspired by other media formats, which we've got Space Marine 2. It's been out for a while, but still, it's still good. I still haven't finished it. I still need to get back and play more.
Yeah, I still got to get back into it.
Yeah.
Even reading some of the books and stuff.
Yep, it's a great way. You're in a lull. Read a book. Sorry, that's a quote from the Tick. If anyone's not read a book. Sure, I'm not old. I just know stuff. That's from long ago.
I'll just get someone else to read it to me while I'm driving to work.
Yeah.
Well, the audio books are a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's another way. Yeah, if you're in a lull, how do you keep your interest up? Reach out, books, other media formats. go to the Red Belly merchandise shop.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to plug my
Go
own
go
channel.
read about the Badab War or something.
There you go. There's the blatant plug. Cool. All right, folks. You're not giving us much in chat. What's going on? Are you in a lull for listening?
I think they're in a lull as well.
Yeah.
Are you all
Yeah,
upset that we don't have
they've
Radio
all
Mike?
moved on because we haven't made anything for a while.
Yeah.
And we're not on the usual listening slot either.
No, we are out of whack all across the board. And if you have missed this while you're sitting here listening to us, it will go live and uploaded tonight because we're almost out of month. So I have to do that. Yeah. Okay, great. But
Hope you paid for that extra upload.
well, we stopped now. We should be fine. No. All right. So, surviving the lull. There are ways to do it. There is, as you mentioned, explore the narrative of the world. Be creative with trying to generate some campaign ideas. Well, not necessarily campaign, but some ideas on different ways of play. For the people who don't have a codex, tough shit. No.
House rules.
Experiment with the house rules, yep.
Does this vehicle explode? Anything I roll, it explodes.
Yeah. On a 1-up, it explodes. Yeah.
No. On an anything, it explodes.
Just someone touched the table. Oh, it explodes!
I've moved 2 inches, associated 2 inches, it explodes.
Oh, do you remember we had difficult terrain when you did go through it and you failed? You could actually blow up. Do you remember those rules?
Yes, I remember those rules. I remember them fondly.
They were good times. And now, just drive through a building. That makes sense.
I want vortex grenades back.
Well, this is it. We're in a lull. Let's experiment. I think is the key thing.
Bring them back.
Bring them
I
back.
still like
All
the
those
idea.
cool ideas. You know, jamming dice and
Jamming
you know.
Yes, I love jamming dice. They were awesome. The artillery dice.
They were the best. You either decimated everything or exploded.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Scatter dice.
I like-
Love scatter dice.
I like the idea
I hate
of
scatter dice.
you
But
play
I
one
want
of my
them back.
armies.
I
I like
hate
the idea. You play one of my armies, I play one of yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can try that.
swapsies.
Do a bit of swap thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm open to that. I'm playing Chaos Knights next week, so I'll need something that will get me excited. Chaos Knights are great, except their rules suck. I'll be
So
patient.
you can play my Imperial Knights, and I'll play your Chaos Knights.
Oh, no, I don't want to kill my own knights. they do it on their own. I will wait, and patiently for the rules for all my armies. As everyone knows, I am a patient man.
Gavin,
All right, just write your own codex. You'll be fine.
All right, folks, I think we are stretching this out a bit. We might call it a night.
that's what happens when you're in a lull.
So we're
Yep.
in a lull. The hobby is in a lull. It's very hard to keep excited. Look, there are things coming up in the hobby. We know there are new codexes in January for Eldari and the Imperial Guard. Now, we will not call them Astra Militarum, but they're Imperial Guard. So those books are coming out. There is something exciting happening, I believe, next month for all Index armies, where they will all get a new detachment released for them.
Which will be incorrect.
Which would be incorrect, yes. So that is interesting.
So
see
watch for the
what that comes.
FAQ
Watch for the
at the for Christmas.
Yeah. So that will be interesting to see what comes of that. And it'll be interesting if Drakari get a third one, because remember they already got a second one. So whether they get another one, because they don't have a codex. So
I
there
can
are
see
some
Greg-
exciting stuff.
I can see Greg make me play his Drakari.
Fuck yeah. Done. We'll put it to a vote. How's that? What army should Adam play of mine? And if they do what they do to me all the time, I'll pick my worst army. Yep, do that. So, fuck you guys.
Yeah, no, but at what army will Adam be
Yeah,
playing?
and they'll go, oh, Adam, we want him to win. Here's the Salamanders. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll make you play Imperial Knights.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Fair enough. All right, so there are things coming up to hopefully get us through this quiet period of the hobby. If you are interested, the battle boxes are on pre-order. Good luck finding some, though. Most of them are already sold out. But there's another way to get excited about a new army. Is it about getting excited to do a new army in the new year? 2 new codexes, a few more codexes coming after that. Yeah. I am now thinking about maybe I should rebuild my Imperial Guard with the Krieg. Again, I don't care about the lore, but those miniatures look amazing.
The lore for Krieg's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm aware. I didn't say it wasn't cool. I just said I don't care. Very different. And
Emperor's children.
Emperor's children.
Well, you got to obey the rule of cool. Come on.
Yeah. I do know that I want to try some different painting techniques while I wait. So I want to try doing some grim dark Marines, which I haven't tried before. And so I think I'm going to challenge myself to do that, to try and get through this period. I've still got a bit of study to go, but that will fit in elsewhere. Next month is, of course, the big episode 82. Huge 82. Why is it big? Because it is where we actually look back on the year that was. It is What Have You Done For Me Lately, GW. This is where we look back on what's happened in the hobby. All right? We want your feedback as well. Let us know through our Discord channel or Facebook page to let us know what you feel worked well, what didn't work, what we were excited about, what were you about to rip out and get rid of the hobby altogether. What did GW do for you this year? That will be recorded in about 2 weeks' time, the 9th of December. So a quick turnaround before the craziness of the Christmas period itself. It's going to be good. Stay tuned for that one. But in the meantime, we're going to get out of here. Now, we don't have Radio Mike to get us out with a really nifty way. I did say I was going to dob someone in, and they look at them terrified. I won't do it to him. It's okay. Now Mark looks upset. He was prepared. I saw that tear wiping away. So, folks, no Radio Mike to sign us off. I'm going to say goodnight to Mark.
Good night.
I'm going to say goodnight to Adam.
Good night, everyone.
And I'm going to say goodnight to everyone listening, watching, and just enjoying the show. Look, if you do enjoy the show, hit that support button. That would be great. We'll get more wonderful content like today. I will let you know if we are telecasting the Chaos Knights versus Iron Hands next week. We haven't found our location yet. If it is here, we will record it for you. And hopefully we'll get Adam and I will get a game at some point.
We will have a game.
Maybe
2 games at least.
We'll try and get Mark to apply and squeeze in 2 games for the end of the year, because that coveted wooden spoon is there waiting for him.
Look, I need a third one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the third one.
Yeah. We should start.
Even if it's an Underworld. Even an Underworld one counts.
Yeah. We should start.
Nah, it's got to be 40k.
Wooden knives and forks so you can get a set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
one
right,
for
folks.
everyone in the family.
That's it. Yes. At the garden salad, it's written on it, RLG all over it. Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for exploring the lull of the hobby. Hope you enjoyed it. Think about it. Until next time, folks, be good to each other. Have a good night. See ya.
Good night.
I forgot the buttons.